Hello everyone, my name is Roger Stromkowski and I'm a solutions engineer here at SnapLogic. Today I want to talk to you about adding a level of human interaction to your error handling pipelines. I'm going to show you a pipeline and talk about a scenario that I've created. I'm just going to say once globally that the framework of what we're doing here could be extended to other snaps other than the SQL Server snaps. You could add this to your error handling. It's basically going to come down to the email sender snap is what it really comes down to in this case. All right, so what we're doing here, our scenario is that we're looking up some guest data. We're looking up a name, a country of residence, and an email address. We are going to take the country of residence and do a SQL Server lookup. And if the country exists in the format that the person entered it, we will go ahead and pass it out the regular view, which would be this way. And I haven't done anything there, but you could add whatever your normal flow would be. And out the error handling flow, you can see we're going to get an error for each record that doesn't match the criteria. Now, the one thing I will add in here is that if you are making this part of a larger or a more broader error handling scenario, you would likely want a router snap here so that you could flow connection issues and syntax issues, handle those differently from lookup result not found. And so you would just use a query to see if the error equals no lookup result found. And then if that was the case, you could read the original. All right, so all we do in this mapper is we take that original and we're just going to level it back out. The reason we're doing that is so that we can insert it into SQL Server here. Now this step's not necessary, it's just that in this scenario I'm setting those records into a temporary table. This could be long term, it could be for analytics of countries that are used. There's a lot of different reasons you might want to drop it into something like a staging table. Now the final bit and kind of where the magic starts to happen is here. So we're leveling it back out again for the purposes of the email because these will be the columns in our table. But the big one is this, which is going to set up it's using HTML since we're going to do an HTML table in the email sender snap. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a reference link so that the user who receives the email can click on approve. The bearer token of my task is embedded here as a query parameter. And then we're going to dynamically read for each country that doesn't work. We're going to dynamically read that in. So we're creating essentially a unique approval link for each country that somebody who controls the master data table could click on and add this record. So let's go ahead and close this down and let's hop over to the email sender snap. So if I expand this out a little bit further, this is where we're setting up, so email template or email type, this is where we're going to go to HTML table. And then down here is where we're going to configure the style information. And then when we get to the body, we're actually going to call in the table. Okay, and then down here under table data path, this is the JSON path to the document you want to use. In my case, everything that I have from upstream is what I want to be a part of my table, so I'm just going to use a $sign. So what does that look like when it comes through your email? It would look something like this. So we have the subject that we defined, and we have this table showing us the records that didn't make it because of the country not matching. And we see that each of these has an approve link. So what you can do now is you can just click on approve, and you'll see as I hover over this that the link comes up. Now when I hit approve, we're going to open up a new tab, and we're going to give you a response indicating that the country USA has been added to the master data table. So if I come back over here, the second pipeline that's behind that triggered task is this one, and it's pretty short. What we're doing is we've got a parameter here, so this is where country can be passed in as a query parameter. Now right away, one of the first things we're going to do in this mapper is we're going to take it out of the query parameter and put it more in the body of the request, if you will. And we're doing that so that we can actually get it into SQL Server insert, and that way we can add it to our master data table for countries. The other reason we have to do that is because SQL Server insert does require at least one input, and I don't want this to be a post request with an open input, so I want to make sure that we have no input. We close that off. All right, now the final thing in the response mapper is just cleaning up that response. This is what we saw in that tab. So we're just saying country, and then we're dynamically reading it, and then we're saying that it has been added to the master data table. So that's it. That's how you could add an element of human interaction to your error handling. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.